expect from the STS service? Well, I say this jokingly, but I say it seriously too. You can expect us to be on time, and that is 12 o'clock every single Sunday. But what to expect, at 12 o'clock the food and fellowship session breaks off, and that's a 30-minute, meet and greet. It's gotten to the point where sometimes we just have people come in the door, sit in the pews, preach at them, or teach to them or whatever, and then send them out the door. We don't get a chance to actually, touch people. We don't get a chance to actually say hi. Somebody might come in with a problem. Somebody might come in hurting who needs some prayer. You might see tears in somebody's eyes. You have a little bit of time to actually just, let your guard down and become family with the other children of God. We also know that in Acts chapter 2, it gives you a formula and a prescription on how to be a successful ministry, and fellowship is one of those things. You have to fellowship with each other. We can't expect to do great things in God's kingdom if we're all separated and divided, if we don't know each other. And then, we don't have our visitors stand up and stuff during service and tell who they are. So that gives us a time to meet, and get a name for the person who's coming in for the first time. Allow them to sit down, with us and give them some food. Allow them to get, comfortable. And so that's what the 12 to 12:30 is. And then at 12:30, promptly we actually start getting together a little sooner than 12:30, but we start getting the kids to where they need to be. We have a kids ministry. They're the salt shakers, and they learn the word, they learn the characters, they're learning how to be better students at school, more respectful at homes. So we're delighted to have the children ministry. We also have Regeneration Teens ministry. That's from ages 13 on up, and we just have some great things going on. It hits right to where they're at, back in high school. They're dealing with stuff the adults aren't dealing with right now, so we got to make sure that we're not falling into only taking care of the kids and the adults and missing that demographic of the teenage years. And so 12:30 service starts, and that's when we break apart the word. We do everything according to the scriptures, according to the Spirit of God. So that's what you can expect when you come here. Also, like I said, I just love to make sure the word is being taught. I want to make sure that when you come here, you leave a little differently. You leave knowing a little more about the Lord, knowing a little more about his people and how he loves us, and his grace and his salvation. So what we're adamant about is verse by verse teaching. Verse by verse teaching. It gives you an opportunity to look at little words you might miss. You might see the word "but" in there that just changes the whole thing. You might see the word, certain words, that you wouldn't normally see bounce. I don't do what's called a copy and paste method. That's where, one day we're in Jeremiah, the next day we're in Revelations. You're not, and then not giving any context. I don't do pretty preaching. That's trying to make a message off of something without giving people anything to know what's going on at that time. So we're very serious about making sure people get a working knowledge so they can use the Word of God. And that's what God has called us to do here at Spread the Salt. So when you leave here, you're guaranteed to leave here with something to apply. And I think that's what's been making people excited about coming back week to week, knowing that they're finally learning what the Word of God has to say, and it's not as complex as people have made it or people have perceived it to be. So we hope that sums up everything you need to know about what to expect.